Hey everybody, I hope you're all doing well. It's the drum roll that people have been waiting for. Tattoo talk. I'm a virgin to tattoos. So for all my life, literally, I've wanted a tattoo since I was really small. I used to look at like my uncle's tattoos and my cousin's tattoos. I used to want it so much. But it takes such a long time, especially for someone like me that doesn't want like tons of tattoos, that only wants like a few small statement tattoos. It's just been deciding about what I want, which has been the most hardest thing. Obviously, most people would find it so difficult. So it all started 6 years ago, and I decided that I wanted Della put onto my leg, and it was so fucking hard to figure out what I really wanted. There's so many different styles, and I was just really spoilt for choice eventually, and I didn't know what the fuck I wanted to do. So I'm gonna give you a quick background to this. I was in Brighton and I went past a little tattoo shop. I can't remember where it was. I saw this little tattoo, if you can see here, in the window, and I fell in love with it. And then we went to the actual sea in Brighton, not on the pier, but the sea, like beside it, like the actual shore. And if you've ever been in Brighton before, there's like a really beautiful old carousel. And the minute again I went to that carousel, I thought of that tattoo again, and I thought, that's a little bit weird. Years had gone by and I kept thinking all the time, I want a tattoo done, I want a tattoo done, I want a tattoo done. I was talking to my friend, he has shitloads of tattoos, so he gives me the best advice. Thank you, by the way. He asked me, what do you want done? I love like the Kat Von D style, the portrait kind of black grey kind of thing. I was thinking of like pastel colours, but obviously I thought again, about 6 months ago, I thought, one, it's going to hurt because it's going to take longer, so it's going to really fucking hurt. Secondly, I'd be too scared to like about the healing process and stuff like that, where grey, like black and grey ones are actually just easy to take care of, I personally think, like from my friend's point of view. So we were just chatting about tattoos, and he was like, can you send me what you want? I'm just curious, because he was about to go and get his tattoo done, and he has like Kat Von D style tattoos, which is what I like. I love like the gradients, I love how personal they are. I sent him a picture of something similar, and he was like, and I could not figure out where the hell it came from, because I tried to Google it, I tried to Instagram it, I tried everything, Pinterest a lot, and I could not find it at all until actually I was in this conversation with my friend about his tattoo that he was getting done at that day. And he was going all the way to Norwich for that, and I was like, it's a little bit far for me, it's a little bit... Obviously I want it on my leg, because one reason is so that I can hide it at like interviews or funerals, etc. And then I can also show it whenever I want. And then quite a few years ago I wanted a whole sleeve done, but now it's become quite a thing, and especially in my area, all the guys in this area are getting it all done, and they're getting it all done like quite similar. And I'm more of a person that likes tattoos that are quite different, and I don't like, obviously everybody's opinion is all different, and that's absolutely totally cool. I prefer like a tattoo that has been sketched for me and something you don't see every day. I was on Google again for at least 45 minutes. I found it. It was under Google Images. I was just scrolling down under carousel horse tattoos, down and down and down, down, and I was just like stressing out, and I said, look, it was in a window in Brighton. He was like, do you know how many tattoo artists are in Brighton? I was like, fuck yeah, this is what's making it so hard. I finally found it, and I was like, this was 6 months ago, and this is when Della got really sick. So, and I literally cried because it really made me think of her, and I was going through a really shitty time. As quite a lot of you guys already know, she's been quite poorly for the last couple of years, and she passed away 2 months ago. I saw it again and I cried because it really made me think of her straight away, and I thought, this is the one. I sent it to him and he was like, oh my god, that's so beautiful, like so simple but so gorgeous. The tattoo artist that I found, he's gonna like customize it more to look like her, and like change it and change the size, so on and so forth, because the actual tattoo is like almost a whole thigh, which is not what I want. I want nothing bigger than 10 inches, because one, I might want to add on to it later in life. Secondly, I don't know. I don't think I would suit shitloads of tattoos. And he was like, do you want it in colour? And I thought about it in colour like 6 months ago. I'm thinking, should I have it pastel? And I want like the flowers different colour, and I want a new background to it. But then I thought, with colours, first of all, like I said, it really fucking hurts because it takes longer because I'm a wuss. Secondly, you got to think about what sort of colours you wear, like, later in life. And then I thought, shit. So then I thought black and white, because obviously it goes with everything. It goes matchy matchy, so it matches with everything. I decided black and white, and he said, actually, it looks stunning, black and grey anyway, because it has, like, a Victorian era, like, kind of feel to it. So obviously, as you know, guys, my skin has been really bad for the past 9 months, so obviously the tattoo was the last thing I was going to do to myself. He said, it's stunning, it's gorgeous, it will suit you, just don't do it too big. And I said, no, I don't want it bigger than 10 inches, because I just don't, like, I don't know, like, especially for a first tattoo, I would advise start small, because one, you don't know if you're going to be able to cope with the pain. Secondly, in case you want to add on to it later in life, and thirdly, if you have a family, especially like mine, that don't like tattoos, you can cover it up whenever you, like, meet, like, more modest people in your family, if that makes sense, you know? So I thought of finding someone that's more local, that does that sort of style. It's so important to find, like, the right artist, the right price, because obviously with the prices, you don't want to pay too cheap, because you know it's going to be a tramp stamp. Straight away, you know full well. Unless it's obviously someone that you know, and they're going to, like, pull some strings, and fair enough, isn't it? Like, more than fair enough, you know? You want to find the right artist, and you got to find the artist that's, like, passionate into, like, the sort of styles that you like, because then they can help you more and more and more, and then you two can meet together and, like, actually give each other ideas. I went far and wide. First of all, I went all the way around Essex. I went, if you guys know Essex very well, I went Dagenham, I went to Ilford, I went to Barking, I went to every place, Loughton, I went everywhere. And they, as beautiful as their tattoos are, it just wasn't right for me. No offense to the tattoo artists, they were amazing. They're all amazing in their own ways. And they just didn't do that Kat Von D kind of feel. I eventually went to London, and I looked at Instagrams, I looked at everywhere. But then firstly, I didn't want to go somewhere that's too far, because obviously I didn't want to drive all the way back. And now my skin's got a lot better. I'm thinking, let's get ready, set, go. And every time I see that tattoo picture on my phone, I'm like, I fall in love with it. Every time I see it, I fall in love with it even more, because it just makes me think of her so much. And it's just her. So finally, my mother told me that a tattoo artist moved down there just 2 miles away from my bloody house. Even though I've been looking London and Essex, I've even gone towards Brixton, I'm going towards Norwich to find the right place. Well, he doesn't know people in my family. We were, like, chatting, and he said, what sort of are you thinking? I showed him this picture. I said, look, my horse passed away 2 months ago. I obviously don't want it to be 110% the same. I obviously want to customise it, but this is the sort of idea that I want. I just want, obviously, to make it look more like Della, as you can see here. Like, if you put the tattoo and Della's picture in comparison, like, obviously Della looks a lot more different. And I said, I just want to do some changes and stuff. And he was like, oh, that's good. You know, it's a good idea. Like, it's good to change it up a little bit. And plus, I didn't want a tattoo that, like, someone else already has, because that kind of tattoo, a portrait tattoo, should be, like, customized to you, and it should be special to you. And I just said to him, I said, look, I just want her on me. Like, she made an imprint in my life. That's how important this tattoo is. I want an imprint on my body of her for the rest of my life. I want to go to my grave with that on my leg. And he was like, oh, okay. So we was, like, chatting a bit. He sort of, like, said, because you're fair and you've got sensitive skin, obviously it will take 4 to 6 hours, and he's going to give me, like, 10-minute rests, and he'll book, like, that one room for all day, just in case I need to have some more breaks and, like, walk it off a bit, or if I'm a bit like, it's too painful. Obviously trusting, because he obviously knows people in my family. And then I said, look, I just can't find the right person that does the sort of style that I really, really love. And then he said, would you like to have a look at my portfolio or anything? And I was like, yes, please. So then he showed me his Instagram, and he does the exact same shit that I love. And I thought, this is 2 miles away from my house. Personally, for me, I sort of am thinking to myself right now, because it's at least a 3-month waiting list. And then now I'm thinking, I've got a lot of time to basically see if I want to make changes to it, if I want to make it a bit more personal. We got to chatting about it, and he said, oh, do you want the flowers different? And I said, yeah, I want peonies. And he was like, peonies? I am the least romantic person in the world, and any romantic gesture kind of flower makes me yick. But my favourite flower in the whole world is peonies. So the reason why I like peonies so much is when I first got Della, I don't know, it was just for the fun of it. My mum grows it in the garden and I'm so in love with them. I get so excited at springtime whenever they come out. Like, I get that excited. I thought peonies purely because when I first got her, for the lulz of it, I just got loads of peonies from the back garden. I pinned them all into her hair. Obviously, people think it's a bit weird, but I did baby her. She made such a huge impact in my life and she was like my daughter. She really was. And when she passed away, it was just devastating for me. And like, I realised then I want to tattoo her Della. I want it so bad. So many memories that I've had with Della, with peonies in her hair. One time I was like riding down the village and there was a woman outside obviously growing peonies in her front garden. As embarrassing as it is, having a naughty child, Della took it out. Like, Della just literally ripped a mouthful of peonies and I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. But like, literally we just eventually laughed because she wasn't eating them. She was just holding them. I was like, why are you holding them? So I said, the flowers on that horse's hair, I want it peonied. And you know, so then we discussed it a little bit further. I don't want the horse to be wearing a bridle because now I'm thinking about it now. I think now Della's in heaven. I think I don't want her to wear a bridle because horses in heaven probably don't wear bridles. So I obviously want to go with like the headdressy thing. We're still discussing about pearls or diamonds, but obviously personally with me, I like the Victorian era kind of like vibe to that tattoo. So I think I'm still going to go for pearls. Or he said, I don't like the mandala bit on the side. And I said, no, I'm just going to like add more flowers around that to sort of make it into like an oval kind of like feel to it. Then he said, do you want her name done on it? And I said, yeah, I do. But then I was looking at carousels because obviously when I thought of that tattoo I think of carousels as well, and I think because of that day and I first found out tattoos imprinted in my head, so then I was like looking around for like carousel kind of font, and like there's so many different types. I didn't fucking know that, but ayo, looking I finally found one, and I'm basically gonna go back to the tattoo artist and say, can you make it more feminine? And now I'm deciding whether I want it in like a kind of a border or like a type of frame or in like a scroll kind of thing. I've got plenty of time to figure it out, and basically what I'm going to do is, if this helps anyone out, great. And if people have already been tattooed, they're going to be like, duh. I'm going to print all of it out, like all the flower ideas that I've got in my head, all like the font ideas. And I'm just going to go around it, like cut them around and go all the way around it and sort of like, then whatever I like, I'll stick it together. And then obviously I'll take it to the artist and then he will sort of like, I know he will sort of like figure his own way around it sort of thing. I'm going to be getting my artist to obviously work around it and make it more look like Della and change the flowers. And it's not going to be bigger than 10 inches because he said to me, like, if you have it too big, it just won't suit you. And plus, it's your first time. So he said, smaller and simple, it's nice. And I said, yeah, that's what I want. But obviously, I was really thinking about having pastel colours into it. But now I thought it takes away that really nice old Victorian aura kind of thing to it. That's it. That's my tattoo, finding a tattoo story. I don't know what to call it. And now I'm thinking to myself, even though like when I met the artist, well, I already know who he is. It kind of sucked for a minute thinking, oh, 4 months at least waiting. But now I think if it's the right tattoo and it's a tattoo that I want, it's worth the wait. Because I know so many people that get a tattoo in Ibiza within an hour. Tramp stamp, done. I'm just so happy that I found someone that's like a good price and I know who he is, so I trust him. The place is sterile, it's not like wishy-washy, quickie. So I am so excited. Like I've been waiting for years for this and it's worth the wait. It really is, because now I know that I trust this person. It's clean, it's sterile, and he does the same sort of shit that I like. I used to go for like kitsch designs and like pastel neon traditional designs, but now I've thought about it now and I'm thinking to myself, I wear so many different colours and I go through like different phases wearing bright colours and then dark colours. I think to myself, yeah, it would just clash, you know. Like, respect for the people that have colours, I think it's beautiful, but I just know for a fact it won't suit me. I live in a very simplistic area, and like if you probably see a girl with a sleeve, they'll like look at them funny. But I think personally, it's your body. As long as you're over age, you've got money and you've got the right people doing it, that people shouldn't judge you for what you want to do to your body. A lot of my family now, like a lot of the older people now in my family, they're now telling me not to get it done, but obviously they had it done like 30 years ago. So if you think about it now, like tattoo technology has got so much better and colouring has got better, and the artists just in general are amazing nowadays. I'm very excited. I really, really am. I'm finally getting it done. It's in my bucket list. Something I want to do. Something is going to be on me for the rest of my life. And I just wanted Della on my leg. Like, I've always wanted that. Like, the whole 10 years I've had her, I wanted her either as a sleeve up my arm, but I've decided it on my leg, and I feel great. Anyway, guys, I hope that helped people that are looking for a tattoo, and I hope people with tattoos actually are going to like this video. I'm actually going to vlog my tattoo being done. It's probably going to be me crying or me screaming and swearing. But, you know, there are, like, thousands of needles going into your skin, so it's not going to be fucking licked on by kittens. It's going to be unpleasant. But obviously, that's why I picked my thigh, because anywhere that's really near the bones, all my mates have said steer clear of it, because it fucking hurts. That is my little tattoo story. So anyway, guys, if you like that, please give it a little like button. It really means the world to me. And if you like this video and like all my other videos, check them out. Give me a little subscribe down there. It will mean a lot to me. And if you guys don't know, I actually have a new vlogging channel, which I'll be doing 2 to 3 vlogs on it a week. I'll put the link down below. And guys, if you haven't got my Instagram, it's here. And if you guys haven't got my Snapchat, it's right here. So add me on them, because I'm on it 24/7 and I love you guys and I would love to hear from yous. And anyway, guys, so I'm off because this is the second time I've tried to do this video and I don't know why, but everything's just not working today. Everything's shit. So anyway, guys, I love you so much and I hope you enjoyed it. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye.